Hey, this is our 3D model, and
we worked really hard on this project and hope you learn more about the
Incan civilization at the end. In our model, you could see the bottom two rows of houses, and
at the top is the Sun Temple. To the left of the houses and Sun Temple is a terrace.
You will learn about these in the terraces section. The board on the side of the model is the sun, the moon, and the stars,
which were very important to the Incan religion. The biggest mountain that we sculpted
is the Machu Picchu. A regular Inca house was mainly a rectangular building. The Inca houses have 4 chambers, one for parents, one for children, one for kitchen, and one for the living room. The Inca homes were called percas, and they were primarily built using mud bricks with corn straw as a binding material. The government had all control of the houses that they lived in, and the government controlled how long they lived there. The llama helped them survive in their cold houses in the winter. The llamas entered the house and slept with the family as a group to stay warm at night. All Incan houses had a small altar with their favorite divinities, images, and other important items for the family. There was a temple dedicated to the sun god Inti. Inti was very important to the Incas because their ruler was a descendant of him. The Incas also worshipped the moon, thunder, and the stars. The Incas believed in the afterlife, so when someone died, they would be mummified, and then they would hold a funeral for 8 days. The people that were important, like the rulers, would be tended carefully and sometimes would be carried throughout the city. After, they would be put into tombs, and the people were only allowed to enter if they had food or gifts. They were polytheistic, and they believed that the gods guided all aspects of their life. Incas worshipped the gods by sending offerings, which were sometimes human sacrifices. Children were expected to know the main and most important gods, the god of the sun and the god of death. Legends were played a big part in the Incan culture. Children were usually taught by their parents about life orally through stories and myths passed down through generations.
The Incas built terraces. Terraces are used to cultivate sloped land. The sun rays don't reach deep enough into the valley, which remain cooler at the bottom. The mountainsides ensure more intense sunlight for a longer time during the day. They grew mostly potatoes, maize, or which is corn, beans, quinoa, and squash. To make sure their food would not rot, they left their food out in the cold to freeze. Then they stamped on the frozen food to squeeze out the water. They left their stamped-on food in the sun to dry. Some of their food was dry and stored in royal warehouses for times of war or starvation. The weather in Inca was mostly dry. Upper class and lower class. This is also not in the model, but we're still going to talk about it. In Incan upper and lower class, women were expected to weave a certain amount of cloth, while men had to mine or serve in the army. Taxes were expected to be paid by commoners. If the commoners didn't have any money, they'd pay with service on state projects or make items to sell, such as thread or hand-woven cloaks.